Hey, thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of the Horror Debate. I am Jeff Rowdy Jake here, and with me is Michael Mandy.
And this week we're going to be reviewing 13 Ghosts. This is a remake. The original was done by William Castle back in 1960, and this one is by Steve Beck, and it came out in 2001.
Yeah, you know, I'm liking
remake
this.
Alert. Remake.
Well, yeah, and a lot of times that's a negative connotation, but yes. I think in this sense it's not. It's not so much.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
And I'm terrible at these. I'm really anti-remakes, but
yeah.
This is one of the few things where I think, okay, they didn't do a flat-out carbon copy of it. They said what worked in the first one, what didn't work in the first one. Let's go in and just take the basic concepts and work with that. Kind of like what Carpenter did with The Thing.
Well, you can definitely see it that this thing has been like completely reworked. I mean, it's a very pretty film. I mean, the CG and the way it works with the actors is almost flawless. It looks fantastic, very shiny.
Yeah. Well, Steve Beck is a graphics. He works on other films. He's a designer, a set. This is his directorial debut. Let's put it that way. He works on a lot of films. He's a designer and set designer.
Sure.
And graphics. It looked awesome.
Sure. Drop the plot on us, Mike.
Well, the plot basically is Monk. Sorry, the guy who plays Monk, Tony Shalhoub. He plays a guy who's down on his luck, but his wife died in a fire, and he has no money. He's a teacher, which right there means he's got no money. But for some reason, he can afford a live-in housekeeper.
I noticed that. What's up with that?
That right there.
We'll talk about that in a minute. Go on.
This mysterious uncle dies, and a lawyer shows up and says, hey, guess what? You have nothing, no furniture, no life, no anything. Surprise, your weird uncle that you've never seen in 15, 20 years left you a huge house.
Yeah.
And then you can live in it right now. Just come on down here and let's move in. And he doesn't tell them that there are 12 ghosts living in the basement.
But Mike, it's called 13 Ghosts.
Because that's part of the thing you have to watch the film
I know.
to find out.
I was just trying to trip you up, man. Yeah. Well, honestly, I thought as you called him Monk, because of his other gig. But, he was the weak link of this flick, in my opinion. Yeah. He was not very effective. I would have to say the uncle, he was the Vincent Price of this movie.
F. Murray Abraham, definitely.
Yeah, he was like the Vincent Price character, and as soon as I saw him, I was like, that's so Vincent Price, the way he's delivering those lines, the way he looks, It was very, very much reminiscent of the old days, man.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, the other William Castle film, House on Haunted Hill, had Vincent Price in
right.
it. And so when they remade that film, they had the main character, and they called him Vincent as an homage to Vincent Price.
Gotcha. Well,
anyways, back to this film.
Yeah, no, that's cool. This movie's very enjoyable. I really get a kick out of it because Matthew Lillard. This is a guy.
Shaggy.
This is a guy. Now, yeah, Shaggy. I didn't think about that. But this is a guy who goes so over the top. He could be playing like a romantic scene, and he'd be so over the top in the romantic scene, you'd laugh him out of the building. But somehow it works for him. He's an extraordinary character actor, and he's a good physical actor.
Uh-huh.
And as much as he started to get on my nerves in this movie a little bit, it works again because he's the psychic in this movie. He's the one that can see these ghosts by touching different places in the mansion or whatever.
He really couldn't see them. He still needed the glasses.
Well, yeah, but he was the one that was like the middleman between the ghosts and the other characters. What I'm trying to say, and his acting is, like I said, is so over the top that you get a smile out of it. And I have to. I saw him in just the other day. I saw him in The Curve. And it was the same, the same thing. It was basically the same character, and I just get a kick out of it. And this movie works because of the fact that it's not necessarily all the actors together, but the set designs, the CG, everything about it just slick, and it works. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, well, the thing is, one of the things that they pulled from the old William Castle film, because he made gimmick films, and his gimmick was you come in, they put a tint on the screen and gave you a little viewer with a red thing and a blue thing on it. If you want to see the ghosts, look through the red one. If you don't want to see the ghosts, look through the blue one, and it'll remove them from the... Nobody wanted to do it. But the concept of it was you get these special glasses, and you, the audience, can see the film. Now, that wouldn't work in today's society raised on Ren and Stimpy and South Park. That's too complicated.
Right.
So they took the concept of you need glasses to see the ghosts, And I like that. That was a modern spin on it.
Right.
But the characters needed the glasses to see the ghost.
Right.
And you know what? I, as the audience member, I wanted to see the ghosts more.
Well, I wanted to see Shannon Elizabeth more. You know, she was pretty happening in this flick, man. Yeah, you got her out of that American Pie element and made her do something a little bit more serious anyway, and I was digging it.
Yeah. But no, I mean, they put so much work and effort into these ghosts, and I think the thing was you needed to go to the website first before seeing the movie to get the backstory on all these, because when you're watching the movie, there's 12 of them. There's so many, and you get they just show a quick scene, the torso, blah, blah, blah,
and they all have an
gone,
absolute distinct personality.
Yeah, but they were on and off so fast. Only 3 of them really did anything that mattered in the movie.
Right.
You know, like the torso. He didn't do anything except just look there. You know, and the fat baby and the tiny mom. They just stood there. I mean,
But they were all distinctive. They all had distinctive looks. They all did distinctive things, and that made that made a very cool, dramatic part of this movie. Was that these characters, these ghosts.
I wanted more of them.
There wasn't enough. But
I had to get that.
Like the Wraith. How cool was the Wraith? That was my favorite one. Man.
The Jackal.
Yeah, that's right. They called them generally Wraiths, but it was the Jackal. That's right.
The Jackal.
And the dude with the nails in him, the Hammer.
The Hammer?
Yeah, that guy, man. He was one of the coolest, man. He was brutal, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Pulling the nails out and throwing them.
Yeah. And I thought they showed more of him than they did the other ghosts.
That's the thing. The film mostly was the guy with the baseball bat.
Yeah. The naked chick.
The naked chick. You gotta have the naked chick, you know.
If you do a search on Google under the naked chick, I guarantee you
Angry Princess.
This lady's gonna pop up, man. You know.
Yeah, Angry Princess, man. It was mostly the Angry Princess, the Jackal, the Hammer, and the guy with the baseball bat.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone else really didn't do anything. All the other ghosts.
Yeah.
And you didn't really know the backstories on any of these. You had to go to the internet.
Actually, on the DVD, there is a section under the special features where it tells you the background of each one of the ghosts and stuff, which I thought was pretty cool.
Just watching the film.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. You don't kind of get that from watching the film.
And the other thing, the whole camera shaky, you know, the whole modern. They put so much work into these ghosts and the details and stuff, and they really didn't show that much.
Either that, or they were behind glass, and there was kind of a blur effect. You didn't really get to see them. Yeah, I agree with that. And these were some really cool conceived characters, and they should have been really prominent, and they weren't. Yeah, absolutely.
They definitely could have been more. And the thing, they flushed them out, but just not in the movie.
Not in the movie. So and they had this whole backstory, which I guess if you're shooting for a 90-minute movie, I mean, how much backstory are you going to put in on 13 or 12 of the ghosts or whatever? You know what I mean?
Well, they did 3 or 4 of them. I mean, go, make it a 100-minute movie.
Yeah. Well, you know,
10 more minutes.
You know, at 90 minutes, I thought it wrapped up pretty well. I didn't feel like it was rushed. I didn't feel like it left a lot out. You know.
Well, there were a few gaping plot holes in it that kind of.
Of course, you don't have a movie like this without gaping plot holes. Come on.
I mean, even one of the actors even said that, gee, we have a huge house and it's all glass. Gee, I hope the bathrooms are in the basement.
That's right.
Okay, right here.
That was a Shannon Elizabeth line.
Yeah, you have an entire house of glass, and yet you've got people vanishing around corners. Hello, where are you? Where are you? Why did the daughter take off for no reason?
Who knows?
Exactly.
Who knows?
This movie kind of irked me. On a few things. Number one, I wanted more of the ghost.
And you didn't want to strangle the child, the boy.
Oh, was that the most irritating kid?
Oh my God, man! And just kept running off and getting lost
on his little damn scooter. And not only I can't pronounce the letter R to save his life.
Right.
Gee, where friend we? Man, I just hate children that do that.
Now
say the letter R.
Now, what about this? We touched on this earlier, and we said we were going to go back to it. What is with this nanny that's on the payroll of a guy who can't afford much more than a whole apartment?
I don't know.
You know, I mean, what's the deal with that?
Yeah, and I don't know. She wasn't even there to get killed.
No.
Sorry, spoiler.
She ended up. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's true.
Spoiler warning.
But she ends up being the last character to say anything in the movie, and I got a good laugh out of actually how she went off. You know.
I don't know, maybe that's what they did. They said, "Hey, let's work from the backwards forward. Okay, we got to give her the best line in the film." And okay, I guess that means she's got to be there in the beginning.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, yeah. But it didn't have to. This is an enjoyable movie. My kids love this movie, believe it or not.
Really?
They do. If you ask them to watch, hey, you want to watch a horror movie? Yeah. Well, 13 Ghosts, Dad. It's like one of the top 3 out of their mouths.
Yeah. The music was very effective. I mean, when the ghost came after someone, do you notice the ghost only attacked people who were wearing the glasses?
That's true.
Hello, people.
Because
don't put on the glasses.
but hey, those are the people that can see them, I guess. So that's why they.
When the girl was in the bathroom, and she was messing with the tub, the ghost didn't mess with her.
That's
she
right.
just went and sat in the tub.
That's right. You just knew she was going to get blood on her, didn't you?
Oh,
when she
yeah,
was
but
the
girl wasn't wearing glasses.
Right.
She didn't see the ghost. We, as the audience, saw
didn't
the ghost.
It didn't bug her. Yeah, it didn't
mess with her. She just climbed in the tub.
That's it. That's
so
it.
the secret of why did all these idiots wear the glasses, and then all of a sudden the ghost's going to
come,
and only the family, all they got was their back scratched.
Right.
The other people got split in half. Yeah. They got chopped into.
My favorite kill of I mean, this is in my top 5 kills of all time, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy, an attorney. Yeah. He gets split, and I know I've said this before, but he gets split down the middle vertically sideways. Does that make any sense? Yeah. He's not split down his forehead. He's caught in between picture 2 elevator doors.
Yeah.
Closing on him and splitting him, and then having the front half slide down the front,
but the back half stayed
up. So
the
back half is stuck. You see the middle part of the brain and skull.
But then again, his eyes were looking back and forth, and I was just, oh no.
It was, but it was a beautiful thing.
Oh yeah, it was.
It was a beautiful thing. One of my top 5 kills I think that I've ever seen.
I think you were just glad because it was a lawyer.
I was excited, man. Anytime you can do that, man. No, but honestly, this flick overall is very good. Plot holes or not, overall, very good. I wouldn't say it's a 4-star. I wouldn't, and it's definitely not a 5-star. But I think it's a solid 3. I think it's a solid 3 visually, audio-wise, acting-wise. The acting, it's hard to judge in these movies because.
But Tony Shalhoub kind of bugged you.
Monk got to go, man. Monk should have been the first kill.
Monk was very out of place.
It was bad. He was bad in this film. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really? But Matthew Lillard saved the characters, man. He
the kid was annoying.
I mean,
Monk and the kid.
I'd say I'm an 80% Lillard fan. He does grate on me a little bit. Because sometimes he goes so stupid that you just want to smack him. You want to reach through and smack. Hopefully that technology is coming after high definition.
One of the better parts of the film.
After high definition, we get smacko-vision, where I can reach in and pop the dude when he gets on my nerves. But
use your Wii stick.
Yeah, that's right. But the overall thing with this flick is that you're going to have a good time. I don't think you're going to be bored. I don't think you're going to turn it off. I think you're going to be kind of stuck to it, going, "What is this?" It's almost like a train wreck happening in front of your eyes in certain parts, but it's so pretty and it's so well done as far as visually and audio wise that most people are going to dig this, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'll give it a 2, just because there were too many things that kind of irritated me. The things that I thought were great were great.
Yeah.
But the things that irritated me really irritated.
Well, it was a hell of a lot more exciting than the first movie.
Yes. Well, the first movie was supposed to be fun. It was like a Disney horror film.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to scare you. It was kind of like Creepshow.
Yeah.
Creepshow was not meant to scare you. It was meant to have fun
and entertain you.
And that's what the first 13 Ghosts.
And that's what this movie does too, really well. Is it really is entertainment. I mean,
but this movie, the jackal was brutal.
I love the jackal. That's my favorite one.
And the clawing. And
my favorite one.
Getting the guy and splitting him in half.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when he picked up Lillard and rammed him up against the framing.
Spoiler.
It was beautiful. Yeah. Beautiful.
That's the thing. The certain people got so violently killed, but then if it's a family member, they just got their back scratched.
Right.
And they're okay.
Right. That's because Monk is so tough. The ghosts were afraid of him, dude. That's what it was. Bottom line. He instilled fear in those ghosts from the time he walked in that place.
Another plot hole. When Lillard was trapped in the box with one of the ghosts, and the girl was outside. Now, this whole thing is supposed to be soundproof.
Right.
But she tells him, because she's got the glasses out, she's going, duck. So he ducked. She's going, move to the left. He moves to the left. Wait a sec. How can he hear her?
Right.
supposed to be soundproof.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on.
Okay. All right.
And
So
then that machine with the hinges but there were no hinges. It was just swinging. It was like this thing was physically.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't think anybody. I mean, we do this because this is our job. We critically analyze the movie.
I'm going to be critical.
But most people aren't. Most people are going to watch this film and be mesmerized.
This house was designed by Archimedes in the 15th century, but you notice it had a bathtub and a flush toilet.
Yeah, man, not holes in the floor. That's for sure.
Saying Satan designed this house, so ladies and gentlemen, Satan designed the flush toilet we're all sitting on.
Those gears and stuff, man, that were running inside that house, that was pretty cool.
That was kind of with the thing
yeah,
in the center. And,
but it was a visual. It was a visual piece.
It was very visual. This film is very strikingly.
So
visual.
instead of stars, we're just going to write visual.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it boils down to.
It's a very pretty film.
If you're into eye candy, you're not going to do much better in the horror genre than this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 3. Mike's going to give it
a 2. Just because of the plot holes and just that kid irritated me.
All right.
I'm Michael Mandy. He's Rowdy. Jeff, we'll talk to you next week at the Horror Debate.